This is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks, where we review movies. Love them or hate them, someone's got to do it. So enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks, and anything else that gets the mix. And today I am here with my friend Addisen. Hello.
What's up?
Nothing much. We always have you on for these weird Christmas movies. Or are they Christmas movies? Are they action movies, murder movies? Whatever.
I never would have thought that this was a Christmas movie until I watched it last night for the first time in 30 years. I think it might be a Christmas movie.
I think it is way a Christmas movie. I mean, it's totally set during Christmas. There's lots of Christmas stuff. I think it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I'm not as Christmassy as Die Hard, of course. My goat, but
I think it's more Christmassy. Maybe we should tell people what we're reviewing. Gremlins. If anybody remembers that movie, the little gem of a movie.
I definitely didn't know it was as old as it is either.
Yeah. And there's several of them. For some reason, I thought in this one was the one where they open the garage door and all the gremlins look at them and they're having a Christmas party. But I guess it must be one of the other ones because they didn't have it in this movie. I was like, so how the hell do I remember that?
Yeah, I was definitely waiting for the girl gremlin with the lipstick, and she didn't show up in that movie. And I was like, man, what movie do I remember then?
I know, right? Must be Gremlins 2 or 3 or whatever. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. The whole part with I was like, how did they get the gremlin? And I couldn't remember. I had no idea it was the dad. If you had asked me if there was a dad in this movie, I would be like, I don't know.
Well, the dad sucks for the most part. He's really one of the main villains in the whole movie. And so that's something we can get into. Yep, absolutely.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's start there. Why is he the villain?
Yeah. I mean, just think about the very beginning of the movie, right? So he's never around his family. He's always gone all the time, selling these really terrible inventions that do nobody any good, terrorizes his household with the same inventions that don't do anybody any good, and starts out by stealing a damn mogwai, right?
Okay, did he steal it, or did the kid give it to him?
Yeah, but can you blame the kid for taking $200 cash, or can you blame the guy for taking advantage of the kid for $200 cash?
I don't know if he necessarily knew that the kid was lying to him.
I think that in this day and age, man, it all starts on it just starts on a freaking. Watching it back now, it's just so crazy to see. Even Billy is super annoying throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Watching it with a 10-year-old, a little backstory there. So I haven't seen this movie since I was 8.
Yeah.
And I watched it last night with my 10-year-old son, so I got a 10-year-old perspective. So as close to a young Addison perspective as possible. And he felt the same way. Our MVP of the movie was actually the mom. The mom kicked ass.
Yeah, she's great. Oh, my dogs are going crazy.
Probably gremlins.
Right. Could very well be. Or my sister, either way. Man, they're going nuts. Yeah, I didn't think about it at all. That the dad was a villain. I kind of thought the dad was similar to Tim Allen in Home Improvement, where he's just he takes a normal product and then tries to soup it up and then messes it up, and Jill has to deal with it. Now, if the dad's never there, why the hell are they using all his weird products? If you want juice, just buy some orange juice. Why use the thing you know is not going to work. That was my big takeaway from that.
Yeah, I just like I said, watching it back, he's so annoying the whole movie. It's just, I don't know. He's never there, and then when he does show up, he's like, "Oh, what do you mean?" Yeah. And look, he told Billy the rules, right? The guy told him the rules. He told Billy the rules, and Billy literally broke every rule in 30 seconds.
Well, the water one wasn't necessarily his fault, I will say.
Shouldn't have had a cup of water anywhere near those little bastards,
Yeah. Though I
shined a light in his eyes immediately, right? And then ended up feeding them.
That was the mom.
She
took a picture, which was a mistake. That was a big mistake. I don't know why she didn't think the big flash wouldn't be a bad idea.
Hey, I got a new animal. Let me take a picture with this professional camera and flash. Yeah, I don't know.
I felt really bad for the gremlin the whole time. Like, he just looked terrified. And then, like, his little body parts, when they got the water on him, just started flying off. I was like, oh my God. I forgot about all of that. How they made new gremlins. Now, I did have this thought. Okay, if he's a good one and he makes bad gremlins, why didn't the bad ones make good ones?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want to say that, so a couple of fun facts about this one that I didn't realize at all. So Steven Spielberg directs it, which is crazy to me. Yeah. Chris Columbus, he's notable for obviously Home Alone and stuff like that. He wrote the screenplay. So I think, that's a question for Chris Columbus, because you can kind of see some elements in some of his other movies too, where it's just kind of goofy and off the walls. Steven Spielberg, the same, where you're just kind of like, wow, this is a lot crazier than I thought it was.
Yes. And you want to know, so funny story before we watched the movie. So we were waiting to watch it. I just turned on the TV and the first thing that's on was The Wizard of Oz. And I was like, oh, that's fun. And I was watching it, and it got to the point where the lady is saying, I'm going to take the dog and put it to sleep. We stopped the movie, started watching Gremlins. And then we see that lady carrying the Santa head, or the snowman head, sorry. And I was like, she seems really, Wicked Witch of the East. That's weird. And then she says the same thing. She's going to take the dog down to the pound and put it to sleep. And I was like, oh, that's so weird that they referenced The Wizard of Oz. And then later they watched The Wizard of Oz. Now, the next day, I'm listening to Back to the Bar. It's a Dance Moms podcast. And they were talking about, they were doing a Wizard of Oz themed dance. And then one of them was like, yeah, it's like Gremlins. You drop a water on them and like they just multiply. And I was like, what is happening? Why is everything referencing the same two movies that I just watched? Very strange.
Well, yeah, and if you remember it, I believe the older lady is the one that gets flung out of the house, right?
Yeah.
So when...
Oh, sorry.
Well, when they see her, she's sitting there laying down in the snow with her feet sticking out, just like the Wicked Witch.
Very true. And can I mention something about that? So when she goes up her stairs on her little chair, it sends her in like so fast, and she goes up like 75,000 stairs, and then all of a sudden just gets like exited out of a second-story window. Was that?
Yeah, I mean, I think she died though. So.
But how does that make sense? Like, they literally had her go up like levels of stairs, and then all of a sudden it's just really like the second floor that she exited out of.
I would say budget cuts. first and foremost.
Yeah, I was like, this house should be gigantic. And then you look from the outside and it looks like a normal house. And I was just like, how, what? And they made it seem like she just kept going up and up and up and up. Like she was in some kind of weird castle.
Yeah, I think a big missed opportunity here is the Judge Reinhold character. I don't remember him having another moment after his little cringe bar scene with Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a good opportunity to have him, not necessarily get thrown out of a window, but just something fun with his character.
Yeah. I like that Phoebe Cates and the other guy, I can't think of his name.
Me?
Are both in Fast Times at Ridgemont High together. And this movie.
Yeah, Phoebe Cates, man. Sheesh.
Yeah, he was the assistant manager at the bank. I can't think of his name. It's going to drive me crazy.
Oh, yeah, Judge Reinhold.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. He and her are in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he is kind of like the same sort of character in that movie.
He's a tool in everything he's in.
Until he blows up on a customer and then he gets fired.
Yeah, the craziest thing, I didn't know. Do you remember Kevin Kline?
Yes.
Yeah, Phoebe Cates is married to Kevin Kline. I feel like they're way different in age.
Okay, are you yeah, well, yes. Yeah, well, I don't know. They probably were about the same age when she did this movie.
Kevin Kline is 77, and he married Phoebe Cates in 89, and Phoebe Cates is 61.
Oh, I mean, that's not that big of a difference.
That's 16 years.
My sister thought it was Chris Klein that she was married to, and I was like, no, you have the wrong person. And she goes, no. And I said, no, I know you do. It's not who you think it is. I was like, this is the guy from In-N-Out. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not the one from American Pie. I was like, I know. Different guy.
Yeah, it says they met in, let's see. They said he met her. She was 20 years old. They met in 1983. Let me do my math here. He was born in 47. So it's 47, 83, 36. So he was 36 and she was 20.
Wow. He's 77? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah, it's just, I tried to find like little weird coinky dinks while I was watching the movie. Like, wow, I never noticed that before.
Yeah. Well, you hadn't seen it in 30 years, and neither had I. So there's going to be a lot of stuff we probably didn't notice then.
Absolutely.
I actually wrote down cute blue dress that she's wearing the first time we see her in the movie. I liked the sleeves.
You said cute blue dress. Is that what you said?
Yes, cute blue dress.
Oh. Yeah, I think my favorite part in the whole movie is when the mom just takes out like 5 gremlins all by herself.
Right. The microwave was good. That's a good touch. Stabbing it, also effective. Blender, very effective. I think the microwave is probably the best. Less blood on your hands, but you can't use that microwave again.
No. Well, and I think just thinking about it too, one of my favorite parts in the original movie, just from my recollection, was when Gizmo had the paperclip rubber band bow and arrow. But I guess that's a different movie too, because that didn't happen.
Yeah. No, it did not. I put, why does Gizmo not look happy when new babies come out? And then I realized, oh, it's because they're evil.
Yeah, they come from the back of his ass is probably the...
He looks so scared. Like, he kind of talks in English. It's like he couldn't have said why they why it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, he turned out in the first movie anyway to be a pretty lousy pet, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
If all you want is a scaredy cat singing Furby, then sure, Gizmo's for you.
Dude, I had a Furby and I couldn't tell you how long it was on the shelf in our basement, but I do know that no one had touched it in a long time. And then one day we just heard, and we're like, what is that? It was the Furby.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm out on that.
Yeah. What was happening? I no longer wanted to have Furby after that. We took the batteries out, got rid of it, because that creeped me out. Because it was just by itself, just sitting there, and just started talking.
Yeah, my sister had a Furby, and it was a nightmare creature.
Yeah.
This thing, she'd put it to sleep, she'd cover its eyes, right?
Yeah.
And then just randomly in the middle of the night, it would wake up. Nino. And it's like, whoa. No.
Uh-huh. Like, obviously, someone saw this movie and was like, you know what we need? Something very similar to that. And they created it, and it creeped out a whole group of kids.
Yeah, and funny again, the voice of Gizmo is Howie Mandel.
Yeah, I just read about that. I didn't know that. So creepy, Howie.
I thought it was super strange.
Yeah. Maybe that's how he got his job as Bobby from Bobby's World.
Well, I think he was doing stand-up, and Bobby was part of his stand-up.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bobby was a character. It was like young Howie Mandel in his stand-up. When he would do a kid's voice, he would use the Bobby's World voice.
Huh. I always liked Bobby's World. I've never cared for his stand-up. So I don't know how that works.
I don't think I've ever seen him do stand-up.
No, but he thinks he's funny. And I've watched him and stuff, and he's not always funny.
All comedians think they're funny.
Well, that is true. You and
It's an art.
Both think we're funny, and we're not always funny.
Hey, this morning, I absolutely cut the heck out of my knuckles on some cheese. It was sharp cheddar.
You're ridiculous.
It's a dad joke. Again,
that is a dad
my
joke.
10-year-old watched it with me, and he the whole time, it was like, what was it? Mystery Science Theater? Was that? Yeah, we're just sitting there heckling the screen the whole time we're watching it. He's like, why would you go towards the Gremlins?
Right?
What are you thinking? You know?
I think me and my sister were having the same conversations. So the 3 rules, we never did talk about that. So the 3 rules are no bright lights, no water, and don't feed them after midnight. What the fuck happens to them after midnight? And
they turn into the green ones.
Well, and also, like, how many things did you do before you found out all of their triggers like that?
Well, remember the one dude who was hammered on the snowplow? He was saying World War II, they used to have those gremlins that would get in like the planes.
Yeah.
And take down the planes.
Yeah.
So and the guy who he got Gizmo from at the very beginning looked like he had seen some stuff.
He did.
With his one glossed over glass eye, looking like Crouching Tiger a little bit, you know. He looked kind of like not Kill Bill. I'm sure he's a notable actor that's played the same character in like 50 things. So,
but like, who's feeding their pet after midnight? That's what I want to know. Like, our pets don't get food usually after like 9:00. So why would you feed them after that?
Trying to find on the cast what other movies that guy's been in, and I don't even see him at all.
So when we first see the town, I recognized it. I thought it was the town from A Christmas Story, but it's actually the town from Back to the Future.
From Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Aha!
Yeah. Like when Marty is in the downtown area, that's that area. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. That does make sense. Because it did look familiar to me, but I guess maybe the snow and stuff just made me think A Christmas Story. But yeah, it is Back to the Future.
Trying to see. He was in the original Green Hornet, Kung Fu. Maybe I recognize him from Kung Fu. Okay. Gotta be. Andy Griffin Show. What the?
Random.
Yeah, all in all, you know, I think just with some of the themes that it has, it really doesn't focus on Christmas like, you know, a Home Alone would, or a Santa Claus, an Elf. Uh-huh. But I think if in the same notion that people say Die Hard is a Christmas movie, you know, it just, there's things that you can make a case for that I guess I had never noticed before.
My thing is if Die Hard's a Christmas movie and this is a Christmas movie, why isn't Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
Where does it stop?
Nobody knows. Because it's set at a Christmas party. Yeah? Or at the end, they have a Christmas party, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, technically, that would be a Christmas movie. So.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts in Lethal Weapon, when you had asked me kind of what you wanted to talk about, and I had some options. I love Lethal Weapon, but I knew in my old age, I can't really watch a movie without my kids watching. And so Gremlins was easily the choice over Lethal Weapon. I do love me some Lethal Weapon, but had to make an executive decision there.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that you picked Gremlins over Lethal Weapon. Since we did Die Hard, I was like, oh, he's definitely going to pick Lethal Weapon. And ironically, we had just watched them as a family, like all of them, like a year or so ago. I don't know if I was going to do a Lethal Weapon movie or not, or maybe we just got in our craw that we needed to watch it. I don't remember. But I thought it was for me that they watched it. And then I looked and I was like, no, we never covered it. I don't know why we watched them, but here we are.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it holds up. I don't know when I'm going to watch it again, but I think more so than watching that one again, definitely going to have to check out the second one, because I feel like there's a lot of the scenes that I thought I would see. Yeah. I'm going to see in the second one.
Yeah, because I kind of, as soon as you brought up the female gremlin, I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that. So.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell you how many Gremlin movies there are, but I remember some distinct scenes, and one is her with her lipstick, and then the second one is where Gizmo's got the headband and he's got the bow and arrow with the lit match. But hey, that might even be the third movie. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 3 of them at least. I would say there's probably more than that, but I was not a fan of, is it Stripe? Is that what they call him? The mean one?
Stripe.
Stripe, yeah. When he threw up, that was gross. I was like, where does this come from? Why? Gremlin didn't do that, or Gizmo didn't do that. They're nasty.
Yeah, I think I didn't realize there was so many people. I mean, you didn't see them die, I guess, but I didn't know there was so much death in that movie.
Right? It is surprising how many people.
Yeah, it's pretty violent right from the jump.
Well, and they said that this is the reason why they have the PG-13 rating now, because they said it wasn't PG enough, but it wasn't R. So that's where the PG-13 came in.
Yeah, I don't know if it's PG. Man, I don't know if it's that bad, but it is definitely aggressive. It is definitely more aggressive than I thought it would be.
So I have to know, like, what did William think of it?
He liked it. At first, he was kind of bored, trying to use his phone a little bit, and we're like, no. We started this movie, we're going to finish it. And by the end of it, he had flipped and he's facing the TV, crisscross applesauce, and heckling it. Don't go in the garage. You hear the Gremlins in there, and it's just pretty funny.
I love that. Are you having him watch like these kind of movies that you watched as a kid?
Well, I don't think he's ready for Taxi Driver yet, but I think we can start with Gremlins.
Yeah.
And then work our way. I saw a lot of movies I probably shouldn't have seen when I was young.
Same.
So I can definitely be the filter to let him see things appropriately.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at 5 years old, my favorite movie was Dirty Dancing. But as my mom always said, I never watched, or I watched the other stuff, but that was not my focus. My focus was the dancing. And so I would watch it all the way, and then I would rewind it and then just fast forward to my favorite parts that were the dancing. So, you never know what kids are retaining. Because I definitely didn't care about him in bed with baby. I was like, I want to see the dancing. I want to see her carry the watermelons.
Yeah, oh man, Dirty Dancing is one of my wife's top 10 favorite movies, and I don't think I've seen it all the way through. There's a lot I haven't seen Titanic all the way through.
What?
I haven't seen, no. I know the story.
Well, everybody knows the ship sinks. I mean, that's a given.
Yeah, I always stop the movie when he's done drawing her.
Of course you do.
Hey, you know what movie is really good and it surprised me?
What?
I just saw it like 2 weeks ago. Was the Beetlejuice.
Oh.
And so I say that because sometimes a sequel is better than a reboot, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think in like Gremlins, I would not be surprised to see one or the other, similar to Ghostbusters, Beetlejuice, so on and so forth. But I think if there was anything, it would have to be a sequel. I think a reboot wouldn't make sense in 2024.
Yeah.
And so I definitely could see a sequel.
Yeah, because like the greatness of this movie is that they can't Google a gremlin. They can't Google anything about it, so they don't know anything about it, so they go in blind. But if you were to try and Google it now, I'm sure information about whatever this thing is would be out there somewhere, and like that's one of the good things about older movies like this. Like they seem dumb to you and I because we know where we live now, but to them, they're going off their instincts because they have no reference. They don't have information at the palm of their hands.
Yeah, it's. Oh, hold on. I'm doing some research on the sequel piece of it. It says, it's an animated prequel series.
Yeah,
Secrets of the Mogwai.
I was actually thinking, I was like, I'm surprised they haven't redone this movie since they can do better than animatronics. You know, they can do CGI or whatever.
Yep. And then they say in 2020, Chris Columbus wants to do Gremlins 3 because he doesn't count the real Gremlins 3. He wants to do a third Gremlins and says he wants to make sure that they stay puppets and they do not become CGI.
Oh, well, Christopher.
Good I'm in.
With that, sir. Yeah, I
Good to know that I can stop at the second Gremlins.
Yeah, don't watch the third one. On Beetlejuice, now that it's been out for a long time, I feel like we can talk about it. Did you see it coming with the boyfriend?
Oh yeah, that guy plays a bad guy in all his movies.
Oh really?
Oh no. Okay, the boyfriend. All right, I thought you were talking about Justin Theroux.
No,
I thought you were talking about that. Oh yeah. No, I did. I definitely did not see that coming, but it's similar to the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, where the girl that she's talking to the whole time turns out to be like a double agent.
Yeah.
It did surprise me though. Like I said, it was really, really good. I was surprised.
I got it a second before they showed them like floating, because I was like, wait, are they about to be floating like in Casper at the end when Christina Ricci and Devon Sawa are floating in the air at the party? I was like, they're going to be floating. I go, oh my God, he's dead. And then and they showed it. I was like, son of a bitch, he's dead. And then I still didn't think he was a bad guy at that point.
Yeah, but not only the bad guy, but like that's a pretty dark twist for that kid, you know?
I was like,
what? Holy smokes.
Yeah. And then you see the parents, you're like, oh shit. Oh, they're dead too.
Yeah, really dead.
Like that was so good. So good. Didn't see it coming. I like when movies surprise me. This movie did not surprise me, but I like being surprised. Let's see here. Oh, how do you think they overpowered a dog?
How they overpowered what?
The dog and wrapped him up in the lights. And like no one heard a thing. Like the littlest dog we have is so fucking strong. Like just trying to navigate her, pull her back from something that she wants is nearly impossible. Now, I'm not a strong person, but I feel like I have more strength than a gremlin should when it comes to an animal. And yet somehow they were able to get this dog that's bigger than them, wrap him up into the lights on the porch up high. How?
Yeah, I would say it's the same logic as Chucky, right? Chucky terrorized people for 3 seasons of a show and 10 movies, right? And true. He's 3 foot tall and made of plastic.
That's true. I didn't think about that. But like, how did the dog not make noise? You know?
Because they're professional troublemakers.
I guess so. They do seem fun to party with, though. I mean, between Gizmo and them, they had more fun than Gizmo did.
Yeah, they were chilling. They were just aggressive as hell. Look, I partied with some chicks like that. Sometimes, yeah. Hey, sometimes it's cool to get out there and party, but sometimes they party like that. You just want to go home like Gizmo and start singing to the metronome.
Well, what I really loved, though, is that they're like, gambling and drinking and killing and all this stuff, but then they all go and watch Snow White. And they're having
and that's another thing.
Best time.
Well, they're all in the bar, and Phoebe Cates is throwing them drinks, and they're under the beer tap. Isn't it beer tap? That beer tap should be enough water. Why didn't anything go down at the bar? They're splashing liquids all around them. Is it just water? Is it a percentage of water? Right?
Well, you saw what that one drop did.
Yeah, and they're getting splashed with alcohol and beer and shots and this and that and such for an 8-minute scene, and they don't multiply there, right?
Yeah, maybe it's just the alcohol or the yeast or the wheat or barley diffuses.
Well, yeah,
water.
And they didn't have Michelob. They didn't have Michelob Ultra in 1984, so they didn't have any water beer.
Shots fired. Yeah, I don't know. One of my notes says highly intelligent-ish, the Gremlins. I don't remember why I said that they were ish intelligent. Because they did something like really impressive, and then they did something really stupid right after. And I was just like, so they're smart, kinda. Like, they knew enough to jump into a big thing of water to replicate themselves. But I don't remember what the stupid thing was that they did. I don't remember what that was.
I think they just fed on chaos.
Microwaves, they blew themselves up.
Darwinism.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, like they cut brakes on cars. That was another smart thing they did. But then they allowed themselves to get blown up,
Yeah, how would you know?
I don't know. Oh, I did love how Billy and what is the girl's name? Not her
Phoebe Cates?
Not her real name in the movie.
Kate.
Kate. I wanted to say Kate. I should have said Kate. How they stopped to kiss. I'm like, this is not the time. This is not the time.
Look, man, it's Phoebe Cates, though. What if he died in the next 30 seconds? Then he would have went that whole movie without kissing Phoebe Cates, man.
If she had gotten out of the pool and, like she was in the other movie, I would kind of get it. But, like, you're running for your lives. They tried to murder your mom. Not the time to stop and kiss the girl.
No. But that's also the power of the pain, right? It commands us, it guides us, it dictates us. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
I did notice they must have filmed some scenes later on or filmed scenes really early and then maybe the production went long because his hair got shorter at the end of the movie. And I was like, looks like he got a haircut.
Bella?
I was like, when did he have time to get a haircut? And then I was like, oh, they had to come back and refilm some stuff.
Yeah, that's another funny part when he's like, hey, he wants to tell you something, but I don't speak that language. Oh, you'll understand. When he gives him the finger, it's like, yeah, Gizmo, you have been through hell, bro.
Yeah, that poor thing. He, the first day they got him, they blinded him. They He got hurt and had to have the gauze around his head. He's just trying to live his life, watch his TV shows.
Terrible. The only one who had any sense was the mom.
Yeah.
All she wanted to do was live her life, and those guys wouldn't let her.
No, they would not. My sister didn't recognize Corey Feldman at first. What is with these like human tree costumes?
I didn't know that was a thing. Just thought it was in that movie.
Yeah. Like the kid is dressed as a tree. And then later on, they have the tree, but the tree starts to like do something, and it looks like it's another person in a giant tree costume. And I was just like, what is with this outfit? It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's probably the Chris Columbus. Chris Columbus is, he's kind of weird. Well, I mean, so is Steven Spielberg, right? Yeah. They like throwing random things in their movies.
That is true. I don't know. Is there anything else that you liked or disliked from this movie?
Yeah, I really, look, hey, I don't know when this is going to air, but more than the movie, somebody's birthday's coming up.
That is
Are we allowed
true.
to talk about that?
Yes, tomorrow is my birthday. This probably will go out tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. Maybe Tuesday. I don't know yet. Before Christmas, it'll come out. So.
Heck yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready, I guess.
That sounds absolutely unexcited.
Yeah, well, I was really excited to do my birthday and have a birthday party, and then nobody could come. So it kind of waned, and I was no longer excited about my birthday. It happens. December is a hard time to have a birthday. So.
Absolutely.
I'm used to it, but it still sucks. Especially as an adult. As a kid, it sucked because I lived in Nebraska, and usually when I would have the party, two of my friends also had birthdays within days of my birthday. And so we would either have our parties at the same time, so all of our friends could come to both, or B, it would snow, and then no one could come. And that happened quite a bit. Now, as an adult, I live in Texas, which is fine. It doesn't snow all that often, but everybody has family parties and work parties and friend things and all that stuff, or kids crap.
So, sorry we have lives, okay?
I know. God, why can't you guys be at my beck and call? Jeez. I just wanted to go and sing karaoke and dress in 80s. And sing 80s tunes.
We still can do karaoke. Saturday in Mansfield.
This Saturday?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we can. Maybe we can't.
Maybe's better than no.
Well, that's true. You have a point there. It just sucks. I don't know. I always shared my birthday with my grandpa, and because his is the day after mine, and he's not here. And then it's my mom's birthday, and she's not here, so it's just kind of bleh.
Well, they're going to be there today, tomorrow, and the next, ringing in your 52nd year of life. And
I like my birthday has gone up by year every time you said it.
Well, it's polite to say a woman's age is 10 years before. So we've already done that. And now every other time after, it's just going to keep growing. Like the sheriff's hat in Not Another Teen Movie, where they're talking to the sheriff and her hat gets bigger and bigger every time.
Is it in that movie? Or is it in Scary
Movie? Is it Scary Movie? Scary Movie, yeah. Yeah.
So true. Yeah. Oh, how did the fundraiser go?
Yeah, not great. We had to adjust. The weather was pretty bad in Texas.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. And so, couldn't do the real one. So, kind of had to adjust and modify the approach. Still did okay. But the biggest thing is, shaking that off, making sure that, we're much more prepared next year, just in case the weather sucks, and, that we stay, able to be there for those families in need. So that's the biggest thing. You can't go back, only forward.
It's true. I saw, were you dressed up as the Grinch?
I was not, no.
Oh.
As much as I would love to be the Grinch, and I feel that it's a role best suited to myself, that role has already been taken, and there's nothing I can say or do about it.
Well, just in the photo with William, it looked like it was you sitting there.
Yeah, all white dudes with beards, for the most part, look alike. And so even in a Grinch costume, that translates as well.
Well, his mannerisms looked like you as well.
Sure.
Oh, and I saw that you guys got pictures done at the Mavericks game. How did you swing that?
We did.
Was well, that like
as mini pack season ticket holders, we get things like that.
I was like,
it was pretty fun.
I was like, they
had some nice stations set up all throughout the AAC, and we were able to go over there and take some pictures all the way around. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I was like, wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that they did that. So apparently
now it's already New Year's.
No, I didn't know none of my other friends can afford even mini pack tickets to the Mavs game.
Whoa. Don't you white privilege shame me.
No, I think it's cool. I was excited for you. Do you guys have any big Christmas plans?
Yeah, I know I just booked karaoke for Saturday, but before that, we have our family Christmas. So before I double book, we'll see what that looks like.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it sucks when Christmas is on a Wednesday, but, you got to play it how it lies, right?
Yeah, usually I would always be off the day after. So I'm like, I have to go to work the day after? That sucks. So normally I go shopping for clearance stuff at the craft stores the day after. But I'm working, so I'm just like, ugh, I can't do that.
Not today, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm a little sad by it. But I'm off early on the day before, so that's fun. It's good times. And I'm looking forward to your party.
Yeah, we ready too.
Oh, and another thing we can look forward to, I would like you to know, and all the listeners to know, that this is our 190th episode.
190? Sheesh!
Yeah. We are 10 away from 200. So,
what's the 200th going to be?
We are discussing, haven't made a exact plan yet. So I don't know. April will be on that episode, so anybody who is an April stand and has missed her, she will be there.
Yeah, welcome back.
Whoop whoop. But yeah, I'm excited. That's exciting. Yeah, this little engine's still going.
Your old partner in crime.
Yeah. When is your podcast gonna come out, Addisen?
I actually, over the last few weeks in particular, as the stresses of the holiday season have befallen us all, I think the biggest thing is just like my former failed YouTube show. I just need to pull the Band-Aid off and do it. And when you record the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, it'll all come, and it'll all come naturally.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to talk about in that spectrum and mental health in general. And so I think just being able to let that piece out, probably be pretty cathartic for everyone. So sooner rather than later is what I will tell you.
Awesome. If you need any help, I am here. I am willing to help.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in the first one, so.
That is true. If people love crying, that's a great episode. A great episode to listen to. Fantastic. You happened to get me when I was in all of my feels. And so, yeah.
Nothing wrong with the feels.
Well, honestly, it was true. It was truthful. It was honest. And I feel like people need to know, anytime I see friends, we're at a certain age where not only like parents are dying, but like people we know our age are dying. And I no longer say, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss." I'm like, this fucking sucks. I know how this feels. If you need anything, I'm here, because it sucks. It sucks. That's really the only thing you can say. No amount of, sending you good thoughts and vibes. No, it sucks. And they need to know that it's gonna suck for a long time. It's not quickly going away. So it sucks. And we all just need to remember that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing you can say, so I think it's hard. Yeah. That makes it increasingly harder. There's no permanent answer. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. But I think all in all, just being there, right? Being there for the people, in your circle when they need you, and then hoping that they're there for you when you need them is really all you can ask for.
Yep. That is super important. This episode took a weird turn.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to you. Shit.
Sorry, Jesus, that your birthday sucked.
Hope you find your dad. Yeah.
I'm going to a work party on Friday. We're going to Benihana's. I would not normally go there myself because it's expensive, but if work is paying for it, I'm going to go. So I'm excited about that. Do you guys have a work thing going on?
No, not yet. No, trying to work on it. But, as soon as I got it booked, the powers that be were like, oh, never mind. I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I got it booked for us.
Well, it's not like last year when the barbecue place didn't bring your stuff.
Oh yeah, that was crazy as well.
Yeah. Well, what do you rate this movie?
Are we going 1 through 10?
Yeah, 1 through 10, and then something from the film. Do you want me to go first as an example?
You go first.
Okay. I would say for nostalgia, but then I gotta take away some of the animatronic effects. So I'm gonna say a 6 out of 10 microwavable Gremlins.
Damn, you killed another gremlin right there. 6 out of 10.
Pew, pew.
Yeah, I would say probably 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. I remember Very much so. When I was 8, 9, 10 years old, I loved this movie, everything about it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was enjoyable. And then realized after last night that it was Gremlins 2 that I loved so much. So definitely a 7.
Yay. That actually happened with Terminator. We did the Terminator movies, and I was like, apparently, I had never seen Terminator 1.
Terminator 1's very different.
Yeah, I'd seen Terminator 2, and apparently that's the one I thought was the first one. And it became very apparent that I had not seen the first one. And I was like, where's the liquid guy? Where's the cop? What is happening? So, yeah. I was like, he's a bad guy? What?
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. So, that happens when it is not my fault. It is not your fault. It is our parents' fault for not showing us the correct order in which these movies are to be watched.
I blame old age.
Just like if I had kids, guess what? They wouldn't know about Mighty Ducks 1. They would know about D2 and probably D3. But I don't know if I would ever actually show them D1, to be quite honest with you. So...
Yeah, it's just weird. Like I said, your memories just all kind of wash. And then when you see it, you're like, what? And that's definitely what happened here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess next year, look forward to us covering Gremlins 2. So.
Heck yeah. I'm in there.
All right. Well, I'll hold you to it. And if anybody wants to follow you, where should they find you?
Well, I have a YouTube channel, The Addis Faction. Really, if you just search Addis Faction, you'll find one website about a lady who did her research in Addis Ababa 15 years ago. But other than that, you should find all my social media. And like I said, the Mental Lunch podcast should be coming sooner rather than later. So pretty excited on that. Going to have some free time in the next few weeks. So hopefully drop that as soon as I possibly can.
Yay. Well, we all look forward to it. And as always, you can find us at Two Chicks Talkin Flicks on all platforms. And like I said, look forward to our 200th episode. And until next time, toodles.
This episode was produced by Two Chicks Talkin Flicks. Music was produced by Michael Giovanni. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to be a part of the show, have a movie suggestion, or just want to give us some love, you can email us at twochickstalkinflicks@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Toodles.